I wanted to go over the difference between using a Mero occupancy sensor and Passcard data for occupancy counting. Some customers use Passcard data to find the occupancy in their building. Now, we actually don't recommend that one uses the Passcards for occupancy for a host of reasons that I'll go through in this video. The first one is that Passcards don't actually count occupancy, rather attendance in spaces. To give you an example, a lot of tenants are using a flex space model where someone might come into the office for a meeting and then they might leave. With Passcard data, we only know that they entered into the space. We don't actually know what they did in the space and when they left. Therefore, occupancy can sometimes be skewed because we might have 100, 200 people in a space, but they might have only used it for 10 minutes, or maybe they grabbed something for their desk and so on. The next one is that Passcard data only tracks entrances, not individual spaces. And to give more color on that, Passcard data are typically used in elevators or of entrances to spaces, but not individual meeting rooms or certain desk areas or tenant spaces or activity spaces. Lastly, not every floor has Passcards. So not every tenant requires Passcards in certain areas. Therefore, we're not actually sure where tenants are in the space. There can also be potential privacy concerns. We are dealing with tenants entering in to certain spaces, and therefore their data might be associated with the polls that we're getting for occupancy. The last one is that it's hard to track visitors to spaces. So a lot of tenants will have their Passcards, but visitors that a tenant might bring in will often not have Passcards. And so it can be really hard to differentiate between the two and actually see whether visitors are using some spaces or tenants and how long they're there for. What it really comes down to, though, is the accuracy. And some studies found that up to 40% of people in offices don't actually badge into spaces. And that can be for a whole host of reasons, including tailgating. So that is getting someone before them to badge and holding the door open for them, or the use of spaces that don't have any pass control associated with them. And again, if there's no pass control in that area, they unfortunately will not be counted. Now, Mero occupancy sensors are extremely flexible and easy to implement. They're cost-effective for spaces, and they give up to 95% accuracy of the people in them. No personal tenant data is collected, and we're easily able to differentiate between visitors to a space and tenants. We know exactly where tenants and people are going within spaces, how long they're there, and what they're doing. Thanks so much.